have it over the parking lot so that cars would be protected from the
Yeah.
elements.
Well, and that's the other thing with the ones that were there before Malank, right? I envisioned it as a total canopy over the parking lot, right?
Me too.
They came back to us with gaps in between. Well, that defeats the whole purpose, because
Yeah.
now we still have to plow it, and
Mm-hmm.
so that wasn't gonna do us
That
any
wasn't gonna
good.
save any money on the highway department expense.
Yeah, so,
Oh.
I think the school plows their stuff. I don't think the highway plows.
yeah,
They
the
do?
school has its own equipment,
Oh, okay.
but still, fuel and time and still saves the money.
That's kind of a disappointment. I was really thinking that would be pretty progressive, you know. I don't think there are any other schools around in Central Mass that have that, do they?
Not that I'm aware of.
Me either.
There's a couple of hospitals.
I travel a lot.
Gardner Hospital has it. That's where I
Yeah.
saw it. I thought
Yeah,
it was
me
really
too.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Well,
But-
maybe this company, you know, the technology is so ever changing
Yeah.
that maybe they have some ideas, you know?
Well, they're a greener type
Yeah, that's.
solar
really
company.
good.
They do it on landfills and
Mhm.
other places. Like, your whole objection was not to cut down
Right,
trees to put
right,
it,
what's the point? Go-
and that's what they,
You're green already, why, it's like
Yeah.
cutting down trees to go green, duh, that's rhetorical. So, well, I think that's great, that's good news. Has there been any movement on from the plant down the street?
No, they're still waiting to get their facility in Charlton open.
Oh,
So we took a tour a couple of months and a half ago or so,
no kidding.
and they're producing over there, and they have a locked room
Oh,
where
I'll
they're
bet.
keeping, and it's all getting chock full of
Stuff,
ganja,
huh?
so,
Yeah.
good evening.
Guys.
Well, hi. Hello. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Long time no see.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Quick question for you. Our preschool is struggling to find typical kids. It's an integrated preschool for students with special education needs, and you need a certain number of regular ed kids. Given the size of our town, I don't think we have enough regular ed kids, so, because a lot of parents don't wanna send their kid to preschool, they don't think they're ready. There is a cost, but it's much less than private preschool. So the school committee approved opening it up to town employees. So school department, fire,
I
police.
think they're too old.
Well, if.
That's true, yeah.
Yes, it took me a second, but I got there. What's the best way to get that out? Should I write something up, send it to you, and you can send it out to department heads?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there'll
think
still be a
that's-
cost for town employees like there would, but
Yeah.
it's for residents only, so we're gonna open it up to town employees. We have a couple of teachers who were like, oh my God, I'd do that in a second, and so we were like,
Right.
why just do the school department, open it up, police, fire, town, highway, et cetera.
It would be handy.
You know,
Yeah.
for people who work in town. So should I write something up and then send it to you and you can
Yeah, we'll
distribute
just,
it?
yeah, we'll just put it out to all the departments.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like we do with our budget stuff, so we have
Perfect.
that pipeline
Yeah.
with everybody.
Yeah, and there'll be contact information and
Yeah.
how to, go about applying.
Yep.
And hopefully we can fill those few spots. I think we have like, I wanna say 6
Yeah.
regular ed typical slots open.
Okay.
But we've advertised it to our community for, 6-8 weeks now and haven't gotten anything, so
Yeah.
we'll see. And might be a good thing for people who work here, if they're looking for something. Sometimes their hometown is full or
Yeah.
very expensive, or private preschool, which
I
can
wonder,
be really expensive.
the way Chris Donay's on the police department's pumping out kids, he might be able to fill all slick slots
Fill
for
all
you, right?
I'll call him directly. Thank you.
Good, thanks.
Happy birthday, Sheila.
Thank you.
50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again. I'm sure you're 42. God. Hi, Jesse. we expecting this district to attend?
Bring me any?
Yeah, he was just in the office. He was coming, right?
Yeah, he says he's going home to get cleaned up.
Probably got lost. You think I'd give it to you, you should see what he gets.
Oh, good. He deserved it.
The clock's usually wrong, so.
Yeah. Looks right for there. Watches it. Yeah, see what happens. Watches it.
5:57.
Yep, that's what I got too.
You know, blows you right out of the water. Well, I was thinking that, but I didn't wanna really say it. I'm supposed to be good at that.
Was it? They didn't get married outside?
So I can't
I'd like to
be a
speak as
father
little as
or
possible
somebody
today, if
else.
that's okay. He's having, I get a lot of
It's a
them.
challenge, but,
Okay. Yeah, it should be quick. I mean,
oh, I plan to, I plan
Yes.
to.
Went to the wake today and funeral tomorrow, and
oh, to me.
yeah,
16,
yeah. He
16.
was one of my best friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
It
it,
was a
done.
shock. I'm still in denial. If it was an accident or something, it'd be unbelievable. You know, it's
Now,
just,
did they have some? Because his brother did it, so is it like a? Yeah, that's what Karen was telling me.
There's a reason that.
Sheila unplugged my
I
mic.
don't know if it was an accident. Like, if you brought up hunting,
So everyone else sounds like except for one?
you know, it's not an accident, but hunting, you know, typically anyway.
Thank you.
Anyway,
How are you?
it's tough.
Sign? Oh, not yet. Waiting for time.
Good time.
I'll tell you what, I don't envy Chris's job. Don't ace. He was a responding officer. 911 told him it's a hysterical female and unresponsive man. He had no idea what he was walking into.
Because dispatch doesn't know her. She's on the phone screaming. Police, ambulance, ambulance.
They knew, because they knew he'd go back in and check his physical. They told you have to go in and check, make sure. Oh, he's hanging there.
And what is she supposed to do if he has a pulse? Even if it's a faint pulse, what is she supposed to do? She's supposed to get him down so he knows who the doctor is talking to.
I think he did it in the morning, so.
Oh, so he'd been there for a while?
Yeah. I was at his house that day. I had no idea he was in his garage. He was probably hanging out there. Something that I'm working on a van in his driveway, and like, my brother was with me. Like, this really sucks.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I texted him like, where are you? I thought he was working with somebody else, because his truck was there. He'd been driving Karen's van.
Who was out of town, is that like this
You know,
weekend?
Karen's carpets.
Yeah.
He'd been driving their van, so I figured he was out working with them. Horrible.
Is there anything here?
Karen has a guy that works for her, David Henshaw.
Mhm.
He has two nephews, friends, and but one of them is learning disability.
I'm scared.
And before was had guys who we let him play airfield and stuff like that. Good kid, just fell asleep. Their mother passed away on her couch. They didn't report it for months.
She was just lying on the couch for months.
Liquefied. The liquefied remains, when they finally found her, she was liquefied. The younger one,
That's horrible.
the younger one with the learning disabilities was in his room eating Twinkies, playing video games till late.
He did
The older one
steps in my flowers, in my whole
didn't
thing.
take care of his learning disabilities. So we took over in the middle of winter. So by the time they found him, he was an ice cube, total ice cube. Yeah, bizarre.
But is it the same numbers it's always been, or is it?
Chris says he's been to 40 or 50 of them in his career.
Yeah. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Nice tie. Nice tie.
I'm here.
You're here. Give you a minute to settle down.
Get my pad out. You know Tara's helping us with.
Yeah, I talked to her today, so we don't have any minutes ready, so we'll wait until they're typed up before we vote on them.
Well, I had written them out for you guys. If
It's
you,
all right. It's no
it's
hurry.
your call. If you
Yeah,
want.
it's no hurry. She'll type them up, we'll have them nice and neat and look them
Very nice.
over. That is true.
I had mentioned something to Beth Kolarski too. She said she might want to help, but we have to figure out how to pay her somehow.
Yeah, we're gonna address that in the budget because I texted Leslie yesterday and she said that she's gonna need to retire.
Yeah.
So she's going out extended, June 30th, she wants to retire, she wants to work part-time after that, so if she can. So we'll do a couple line items. One, like part-time salary for her to come in for,
Training
half a year.
stuff or
Yeah,
whatever.
for training. And a replacement person.
Yeah.
And we just gotta find somebody.
Don't write me in.
But Sue said she'd take
Want me to take those for you?
me, notes for you.
What?
I'd be happy to do it if you want.
I'll do it this time.
Good. And that way I can escape it and start to bore me.
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
And you're still there. Look at that.
Figure it out.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
We good? All right, we're ready, guys. Okay, I see we're now on television. I will announce it again. This is the April 30th meeting of the Board of Selectmen. It's now 6 p.m. The first order of business on the agenda is approval of minutes. We don't have any ready tonight, so we'll skip over that. And I'll just let everybody know up front that our administrative assistant is out, and it does not look like she will be able to return to full-time status for us, unfortunately. We're hoping and praying that she does recover, but it doesn't seem that's going to be the case. If she's well enough, she'll come back part-time, but we're going to ask for your indulgence and your patience when you contact the Selectmen's office, as we'll be checking the messages and trying to do the work in amongst our full-time jobs. So it may be a couple of days before somebody gets back to you, so if that's the case, please be patient. Second order of business is the approval of warrants. I'll entertain a motion to approve payroll warrant number 22 for $319,636.75. General warrant number 1053 for $251,714.99, and school warrant number 1052 for $95,519.12.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Next on our business is the financial items, and we have a request from the school to pay out of the special ed stabilization account that was put into place at the last special town meeting, I believe it was January. They're looking for $8,614.69 out of that account. We do have the documentation. I sent the school an email looking for clarification on a couple of questions that the board had, because the money can only be used for unanticipated costs. Sheila answered our questions, to my satisfaction anyway. I don't know if you guys have any questions on
Nope.
that at all?
No, I'm
Did you
good.
have any questions
Nope.
on that?
Good.
So, with that, I would, do you have anything to add at all? I mean, it was pretty straightforward. We just wanted to make sure that it was truly unanticipated in the things we brought up at town meeting type of thing, so.
No, Sheila provided you with the write-up. We just wanted to be here in case there were any questions from any of the board members.
Okay, thanks. Sorry if we wasted your time. I could have.
Well, and I think moving forward, probably monthly, these requests will need to be made moving forward on a monthly basis because the funds have been depleted.
Mm-hmm.
And just if there are any questions, please, by all means, you can also feel comfortable to reach out. Maria Tucker couldn't be here tonight, but she's happy to answer questions as well as school board chair. Yeah, and I think, it's unanticipated and unbudgeted items, as the statute reads.
Right, and so our, the town meeting was for one student, we're paying for two. I understand you use the funds to pay for two all along, so I get it. But we just had questions on the way the budgets were moved and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I don't find fault with it because I would have done the same thing, I think, with the budget. You know, when you need to cut, you need to cut. So I don't have an issue with the way it was done at all, just so that we're clear on that. So I would entertain a motion to approve the payment and send that off to the treasurer for payment.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. Anybody else have anything to say on that? All in favor?
Aye.
And I do have, I prepared a memorandum similar to the one that you prepared for the town accountant. So we'll sign that. I'll get the paperwork over and that should go out
Okay.
this week. And thanks for taking the time to come out, I appreciate it. All right, so what's the next order of business I have is, I was just presented something from the chief of police who had looked into this Code Red. It's a townwide notification system. And since we have the school here, what system do you use for notifying? So the students, you get snowed in? One call?
And I believe it's a phone, an email, and a text service possible, depending on what you click.
Okay,
If there's, cancellation the night before because of snow is different than a critical incident at the school at 10 o'clock in the morning.
and you load in all the students' contact information?
Yeah, so we have our student information system that has all the kids' parents' numbers, contact information, and the tech people upload whatever they do, and it allows us to access and send to, I can send to a grade level, I can send to, a certain school, or I can send to everybody. I can pick which way to contact, email, phone, text. I can pick phone numbers, primary, secondary, so it's fairly robust.
And do you know off the top of your head, or can you get me the pricing structure for
I
that?
have Cindy O'Hara forward information.
Okay, because the chief of police looked into a system called Code Red. And its annual pricing, I think, is reasonable. It's $3,700 for unlimited use. And it does all the things that the superintendent just mentioned to notify people. And it doesn't have to be emergency use. We can use it to notify you of special town meetings and stuff like that. So I put it on the agenda so you guys can look at it. And I was looking to see maybe if we had some money somewhere in the budget that we could get this going sooner than later.
What do they need to update their stuff, the police? Do they need to buy
The police don't have
software,
anything.
or they have nothing?
They have nothing right now. And this is a town-wide thing, so the highway superintendent can use it to shut down roads or, yeah.
So usually these are web-based services, so you just take a file, say an Excel file with all everybody's names, emails, phone numbers, and you upload it into that system, and then whoever the selectmen assign as managers of the system. So in the school, I have it, and the two principals have it. And we can, send messages to our school or our community or grade level, and you go on to One Call's website to log in, Brookfield website.
Yeah.
That's
So would this replace theirs?
No, this
You
would be,
They'd stick with,
yeah, this would be for town use. Although if the school had something they wanted to get out to a wider audience than just this, they can use this system too. I mean, everybody can use this system. But I was amazed, $3,700, I did not think was a very large fee to use that system. Unlimited use for all year long, and I've been getting calls from Brookfield. I don't know how I get on Brookfield's server, but Brookfield has it, and I get a number of calls, so.
maybe we can look into what it's gonna cost the town to get it, and then see what the,
Yeah,
because
it's
the 3,700 isn't gonna include the initial,
Yeah, it's everything.
right?
No, it's everything. I had the chief check on that, because I was wondering if it was it's a 3-year license, and they sent us an email that it was, once you get onto their system, it's based on when you join. So it's $3,700 for us forever at this point, because it's based on when we join and how many people in the community. So I would just be interested in the number to see if it's comparable to that, and, where
I'll
we.
check, I don't know.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
Sheila may know.
No, I don't know, but a few years ago, we looked at this Code Red. It was back when I was in the water department.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, there was a bigger fee, at the beginning to gather all the information and have them upload it.
Oh,
So there was, and that's why we never went with it.
yep.
But we had looked at it because of water and sewer and other things to get messages out. But, at that time, it was kind of labor intensive to get all the numbers, put it in a file.
Right.
And then, at that time, you had to get it to them.
Yeah,
That's why I
'cause-
asked if we had to do something first, you're not just
No.
gonna start paying
I don't
3,700.
know now if people can call in and register with that, like, we could email for the webpage, for the town webpage. I don't know if it's different now.
Yeah, because if it's all web-based, I'm sure that we can add people, say they email us and they say, I want to get on the system I'm not on, you probably just go to the web-based server, go into the users and add their information, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I wondered if they'd do now, but before, we had to actually come up with a file and then give it to them.
Yeah, so it says here, the very first thing it says, the system setup and training is the first bullet point that's included with the $3,700. So they'll set you up and they'll train you. it may be that we add them ourselves, so it's one of our employees and not an XML file that they have to upload, but either way. But I want to make sure that this price is comparable to what you're paying, and if you're paying less money, then I would look into probably joining that system town-wide. If that's, do they just cater to schools, or are they?
No, I think One Call is a company that
Does it all, right?
You know, towns,
Yeah.
Political, people running for office, how they do the robocall kind of thing.
Right.
And schools.
Because it's below the cap that we have to get the 3, but I still think, being fiscally responsible, why pay 500 more than you need to, so. All right. Anything else on that? Anybody have any questions on that or anything? Okay, Ann, let's see, next one, we have to sign a bill for CMRPC. This is the consulting fee for that project that's going on over there. And it's $1486, which is grant money. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the $1486.51 out of the grant money.
So moved. Second?
Made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's for North Common?
Yeah, the North Common project, yeah. All right. The next thing I have is that Symbiont Energy landfill thing. Do you have anything on that, John, that you walked with them and spoke with them last week? think
I
it
met
was?
with Peter and Chris on the landfill. I let them in because we wanted to do a site visit with those people before they actually did their proposal. They seemed okay with the process and the property that was there. We just need the DEP to approve the site once the repairs are done to the cap. If they approve it, they're good to go. We have 3-phase on the property, which is a plus for us. They don't have to add 5 or 6 poles. They need to get from where the top is under the pavement over to the office shed, because that's where the 3-phase is. So it would be the trenching or something, but they would handle that. So it's not gonna be your typical 5 to 7 National Grid poles, from what I understand. So that part won't be an eyesore. They'll do screening on the street side, which we've asked for through the planning board. And it seems like it would be a viable option to get the solar on the landfill. They were also mentioning a battery storage pack, which we were looking at different areas we could put that. And behind the paint shed there, the Cub Scouts do their bottle thing and the paint hazardous waste thing. We park 2 trailers there now that are extras, I guess, for the compacting process. They would be looking for possibly putting a battery pack there. I don't know how big they would be. It's a storage container, but we'd have to go over that with Board of Health.
And what
See
will
if
that give us power for?
Because you don't get electricity generated at night or on the rainy days, the batteries would store the energy to be used at the off-peak hours when you're not generating power. So you actually get more out of your solar than normal. While the guys were here, I brought them up to the school and showed them the parking lots up there. These guys, this company is all about not cutting down the forest. They're about using brownfields, parking lots, rooftops, and landfill areas. So they seem to be very receptive to the fact that this town kind of wants to use our space like that, for solar. The parking lots up at the school could be done with canopies. And the way that they do it, the way that they meter it and everything, the school would benefit. Some of the town would benefit because you can actually buy into these, I forget what he called it, but, there's a way for the townspeople to buy in a certain, and see, you can save like 3 cents a kilowatt hour, if you buy into this thing. They're gonna send us a proposal. The landfill will go as long as the cap is certified, and they're gonna draw us something up for the school. So, put canopies in the parking lot, so.
Yes, Sue?
Did they give you any idea on a timeframe? I know it's more of a planning question, but they didn't say anything about, I mean, does DEP, what are we looking at for DEP? Are we still in limbo on that, pretty much?
There was an engineer change. The engineer dropped the ball last year for some
Yeah.
reason, so they got a new engineer.
Oh, so
The
there
Board of
is a
Health
new
is
engineer.
dealing with the new engineer, so that
Good.
all the plans and everything had to go back to this
Right.
guy. As soon as they certify it, if they do, hopefully they will, there's a little bit of repair work. I don't know what that entails. Some of the
Yeah.
swales up there need to be cleaned out and redone with riprap and things.
Yep.
But the solar guys said that then you have National Grid. They're doing a survey because the solar in this area has overpowered the saturated, the power substations that we have.
Yep.
So they're doing a survey. But these two projects don't actually feed in the way these other large ones do because of the way they meter it. So they might be able to squeak by a little quicker because they're not actually feeding back into the grid. You'd be using it at the school or at the landfill and in that area. Maybe we could feed the sewer department or
Right.
whatnot down there.
Great.
So that's what I got out of them, and they are gonna send us some kind of a package for both projects, so.
Terrific.
And we will approach the school committee with the proposal before any decisions are made.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I know several school districts that have put parking lot canopy solar projects, they look great. The staff appreciate them because they don't get covered and they use a space for solar that doesn't take up the green space.
Right, well, we're trying to not cut down the forest like
Yeah,
was proposed before with the other people. If we can do it on the parking lots and the green, the brownfields and stuff.
Yeah, forward any information, I'll put it on the school committee agenda just to make the whole
Yep.
board aware.
Yeah, as soon as we get the proposal, we'll send it right over.
That'd be great.
Great,
Thank you.
thanks. Anybody else got any questions for John on that while we're on it? All right, next order of business is a right of first refusal on 2 parcels of property coming out of 61A. And we've received all the documentation. We have a sign-off for the planning board, and we have a sign-off from the Conservation Commission. I spoke to the assessors, and they just need us to sign off on it so they can do their work. The parcels are, they belong to Sean Monahan and Louise Crawford at Bigelow Road. 4.698 acres are to be removed from 61A classification. And that references 10 Bigelow Road. And I think the other one is another one of their parcels, but it was sold to a Marie Laird. Well, this is located at 9 Bell Road.
I think that's a different.
It's a different
That's a
parcel?
different one, yes, yeah.
So then the documentation might not be in order, because I think, I thought it said that, I don't know that it matters because the town doesn't have the money to go buy it anyway, so, oh, here it is, proposal. So this references Sean Monahan and Louise Crawford at 0 Bigelow Road. The other one is,
The Monahans broke a couple of pieces off on the old farm side to be sold off, not on the big side across the street, but on.
so it is their
Mrs. Crawford's.
parcels?
Yes.
They just,
They broke them off, and they were all in 91A. So,
Okay.
in order to sell them, they have to take it out of 91A,
61A.
61A, sorry, and,
Right, so the parcels are owned by Sean Monahan and Louise Crawford?
yes, yes.
But they're just different areas, so,
It's on Bigelow Road. It has nothing to do with the Laird one,
Okay.
I don't believe.
all right. So, I'll entertain a motion to, waive and release our right of first refusal on, the property being sold to Marie Laird at 9 Bell Road.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, motion been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
So, what's gonna happen here is it needs to be notarized, and we don't have a notary in town except for me, so I will abstain from the vote, and we'll go on your, signatures, and I will notarize. And we'll do the same thing for the property belonging to Sean Monahan and Louise Crawford at 0 Bigelow Road. I'll entertain a motion to approve a waiver and release of our right of first refusal.
So moved. Second?
The motion is made and seconded, all in favor of that?
Aye.
And again, I will abstain so that I can recognize your signatures. Okay. And that's all we have for the main agenda, other than public comments. Anybody have anything they would like? Jeff?
Earth Day, did you get any feedback on, people picking up trash?
The board did not, but I see Susan's here, so there you go.
Conveniently located at this table.
Sue Lewandowski, 2 Air Street. We had about 3 truckloads. It was not such a great day, but the, fire department was out in full force, and they picked up a lot of trash, around town. The Green Gold Group, they went around and did several roads, and, the Boy Scouts did Downey Road. And a lot of people, there was a lot of, for such a horrible day, got 3 trucks. And we had our, one of the guys, Paul, I can't remember his last name, he drove around and picked up stuff on the side of the road that's been left during the day.
Was that the town employee?
Yes. Do you have a reason?
Well, I picked up,
Oh,
but I just wanna say, nips are the biggest
yes.
trash thing. I can't believe it. Picked up hundreds.
Really?
I'm not exaggerating.
You were over by the orchard, I think I passed you at one point during the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah. It used to be Cumbies, cups, and Dunkin' Donuts, but it's, Nips was the highlight this year.
Wow.
Not just nips, it's pints and, wine, a lot of wine I see these days too.
I wonder if we can register our nips when you buy one? You
Well,
gotta
they should
re-
raise the price on it. so,
Yeah,
hey.
for recycling?
Yeah.
Yeah, it brings back to a point, suggesting maybe we get signs posted indicating that there's a $300 fine in a couple of, like, areas coming into town anyway, just as a maybe
Downey Road.
a slight deterrent.
Rufus Putnam.
Probably it's not gonna deter everybody, but it might help deter some people.
Yeah, I'll talk to the highway superintendent, I think, has some way to get signs made up. So we'll see, we can, get some signs made up.
He's got a trail cam that's going out too, pretty soon.
Really?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say where, right?
Nope. Yeah, we'll tell you where the camera's gonna be, so you can go the other way. So,
Like they do with their, OUI roadblocks, tell you exactly where they're gonna be.
yeah.
Well, since you're talking about that, I wanna give a shout out to the Hayden Masonic Lodge, cause they came here and cooked breakfast, and it was a great event. This town really does have wonderful collaboration between groups. It's a pleasure to work with the different groups.
Yeah, and speaking of that, May 4th, this Saturday, is the May Festival thing. And we're opening the townhouse second floor for tours, and there's a couple of groups that are gonna come in and entertain at a couple of different times. So you'll be able to go into the building and go up into that main hall space. And that's about it. The rest of the building is gonna be locked off, but that really is the signature space in the building, so we're pretty excited about that, especially the townhouse group, I think, is looking to showcase what their plans are. There's going to be pictures in there of their renderings of what it's supposed to look like when it's all done, so, and there'll be a lot of people there from that group to answer any questions. And then we have a lot of things going on the church lawn, the library.
The museum will be open.
Excellent. Museum right down the street.
Activities going on here at the senior center also.
Yes, that's right. They're gonna be here.
Yeah, so be a good opportunity. Somebody hasn't been down to visit the museum while they're out, come on down.
You got a little sign or something you can put on the street?
I put a sign on the sidewalk.
Excellent.
It was right next door to the townhouse.
Yep.
I know didn't the Friends go up and clean the townhouse?
That I don't know.
I think Trish had mentioned that they went up, her and her husband went up and they cleaned up there a little bit, so it's presentable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they said they were going to because they're using the stage, and I was
Yep.
concerned about dust and stuff on the stage, but
Yeah, it looks, I was in there the other day and it looks pretty decent, and she was asking about electricity to run an organ and a projector, I guess, so I think I kinda got her straightened out with where to get electricity. There's some up in the bell tower and there's some down on the first floor. They can run cords,
okay.
so, yep. Yep.
So anybody else have anything?
I just have a question.
Sure.
My name is Joseph Gallant. I own 3 St. Clair Ave right here. The culverts that is out front right here, the flooding is just getting out of control. For the past, we've owned the house 13 years, and it just continues to get worse and worse and worse. We've tried contacting the highway department, nobody gets back. I just didn't know if there was something on the board, maybe I missed it or whatever, something being done about those culverts.
We did talk to the highway superintendent last Tuesday about that issue, so we have talked to him about it. Cleaning the culverts, it is on their agenda. I think they're sweeping the streets at this point, and then he planned on,
I don't mean to be rude at all, but we're flooded.
Yeah.
I'm worried about my foundation. We're continuously getting more rain, and
so do you know what?
They haven't cleaned the culvert in probably 3 years, from what I understand. From all what the neighbors said, they've never seen them out.
So it's a culvert that's,
Yeah,
catch
I-
basin?
I just drove by the catch basin. Right now, I look down, this standing water, 2.5 feet down below the top.
Yeah, and so talking to the highway superintendent, a lot of our lines are so antiquated that they're collapsing, and we just had to replace one on Ashley Road because it collapsed. So our infrastructure's crumbling. We're aware of it, we just don't have enough money to fix it. But if it's a plugged culvert that all he needs to do is come in with the machine and scoop it out, I'll talk to him tomorrow and see if he can address it.
Well, my thing is that it would definitely help.
Okay.
Even if, like, I understand that, broken pipes, I get that,
Yeah.
it's on the list to be fixed. But at least they need to be cleaned out so that it can drain,
Yeah,
somewhere.
all right.
That was all I came to see if I can get an answer, cause I couldn't get nothing from the highway.
Yeah, so I'll reach out to him tomorrow and ask him
Appreciate it, thank you.
to.
Where was that, Joe?
I live at 3 St. Clair, I have literally the 2 culverts right here.
It's St. Clair? Okay.
Yeah, there's one on either side, one's got a metal grate over it. My neighbor across the street, he's got a metal grate over his. It's been like that for 2 years, where it, you know, collapsed. And then, the one out front of my house is, it's gotta be down almost a foot, I mean, where it's falling down, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody? Sheila?
I just have a question. You have, on your announcements that about the election and the annual town meeting.
Yes.
Are you still putting off the money articles to the June 14th?
Yes. Yeah, we do that every year because we don't have the cherry sheet numbers, so we don't really have a clear picture of what we have for revenues.
Is there any way we'll have a figure prior to that? We just have a June 1st deadline.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see, the superintendent emailed Tara, because Tara from the finance committee had emailed. Yeah, we'll get you the number.
Just so we, okay.
Yep,
Thank you.
I'll get it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Anything else?
John, next rail trail workday, you planning?
Sunday, this coming Sunday, we've been working right along. Jeff and Brandon have been a big help. And Paul Hargraves have been helping out too. We are from Conwarren Road, we're about halfway to Bullard Road. We've been cutting right along. We could use somebody moving brush, if there's any volunteers out there. We'd almost be looking for Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, anybody that would want to move brush. We have enough guys to run chainsaws and brush cutters, but moving the brush is part of it also. We could move along a lot faster, but we'd like to get at least a Bullard Road in the next 2 Sundays. I think we can do it if we get a little more help, and I appreciate you guys coming down.
When you say moving brush, do you mean with the hands or with the
Yep,
equipment?
hands. We're cutting brush on the sides, and it just needs to be moved away, because it falls into the trail when you cut it, so it's gotta be moved out so we can keep going. It's not big stuff, you know, it's sticks and brush, pickers, whatnot. so.
What's the poison ivy like out there?
I haven't got any yet.
Well, it always helps to be prepared.
Yep,
I might be able to show up.
Long sleeve shirts, long pant, don't come down in sandals and shorts. You know, long sleeves and a sweatshirt or something. I mean, we've been working in the rain. Brandon and I spent 5 hours in the rain 2 weekends ago. But once you get wet, you're wet, so we just kept going. Dale and I had the same thing last year. We worked right through. But no, any help? I go down from like at 9 o'clock and I stay till 1. If there's more people there, I'll stay a little bit longer. I supply water and some crackers if you want, or bring whatever you want.
What about tips? I'm just saying it so when people show up, they might actually put stuff on ahead of time.
Yep, you're outdoors, so it's just like going in your backyard. I have bug spray, you know, you're welcome to use mine. You smell like a pine tree after you spray it, but it seems to help. Nope, anything, gloves, bring gloves. If you don't have any, I have some in the truck, so. No, we'd appreciate any help you can give.
I'm in church until 11, so
Yep.
see what we can do.
We're there, you know, we're there until like 1 o'clock, or like I say, if more people come, I'll stay a little bit later, so. Yep, no, appreciate it.
All right. Anything else?
Did you mention that there's an election on Monday?
That's on my announcement list.
Tropical.
Somebody has a vested interest in this announcement.
Maybe.
So the annual town election is Monday, May 6th. It being an off national election year, typically people don't show up, but I would encourage you to please show up and vote. It's your duty, your responsibility. So please show up to vote. It'll be here at the Senior Center. Polls open what, 7
a.m. to 8 p.m.
7 a.m. to 8 p.m. here. Then the annual town meeting is Friday night, May 10th. We take up a number of housekeeping issues at the May 10th meeting, and all the money items will be adjourned to the June 14th. And we're good with that date, right?
Yes, I'm just getting signatures, you're all set.
All right, perfect.
I changed the time though. I just went a little later just in case.
Okay. Yeah, that's whatever you guys need to do for your
No,
maintenance
yeah,
guy.
so that we were all set.
Okay, thanks. Leslie usually handles that, that's why there was a delay. So that's June 14th for the adjourn, so please show up May 10th for the items. There are some items that you'll want to weigh in on. Oh, on May 10th, it's not only the annual town meeting, there's a special town meeting before that. Money items, we have transfer money items, happens every year. We need to transfer some money in line items, and that's going to occur before the annual.
So what time is that?
7 o'clock.
I want to say 7,
7, yeah.
is the
town
special.
meeting, always at 7.
And then 7:30 is, yeah,
Okay.
yep, so 7 o'clock start. I think that's what we put, right?
Yeah, we did six. So
Yeah,
we
because
should
the
get
guys
that.
can come in and set up all their stuff. Yeah, you guys know what you need.
7 o'clock is the
Special town meeting.
special? Okay. And 7:30?
7:30, I believe, is the annual.
Or thereabouts.
Yep.
Did anybody let Jim know, Caldwell?
Oh, he knows.
Well, he knows
knows.
about the, yeah, he
Yeah,
knows
okay.
he's gotta show up that first Friday in May. First Friday after the first Monday, right?
Yep.
All right, anything else?
Dog licenses are due. But that's all I know.
Get your dogs
Usually-
licensed if they're not
Usually we
licensed.
have a paper to read, but not this week, so.
We've been warning everybody
Yep,
for months.
we
so
have.
Get your dog licensed or you're gonna get fined.
All right, on that happy note,
Should we mention about the 3 properties that were sold at auction?
did we not
Any-
say that the last time?
I don't remember. I know we talked about it.
I don't remember.
Oh, go ahead. You know the number, right?
I don't,
Oh,
but I was just that they were sold.
Okay.
We had 3 properties up for auction 2 weeks ago, and they all sold at auction. So now we're just waiting for the payment to be made by the 3 buyers, and those properties will be back on the tax rolls, and hopefully they'll be brought up to date and either inhabited or sold again. So get some money back for the town, so.
Oh, one more thing, jog my memory. Article 16, I believe that's very important, especially we see all this property coming out of Chapter 61A. Article 16 is to preserve 48-foot yard roads, town forest.
right.
So hopefully people come out and support that. Because there, you know, with the economy and everything, there's a lot of development, the solar and everything, so it's a rare opportunity to preserve some open space without really spending any town funds.
Yep,
So,
good point. And with that parcel, our vision was to, because it abuts the rail trail, so we were going to use that in connection with the rail trail and maybe do more space to explore off of the rail trail,
Yeah, it's
so.
a great piece of property, a combination of woodlands, wetlands, stone wall there, the butts of rail trail, like you said, and also encompasses part of the historic mill pond down
Yeah.
towards East Brookfield there, so it's really
Is that pond accessible from the property? I mean, is there,
I
like,
don't know.
I haven't been
I
up
don't know
in-
how wet it is between the, like the rail trail and.
Yeah.
Because I really haven't walked it, I just looked at like the aerials and stuff.
we'll have to go for a walk?
Yeah, there was a plan that I just saw. Where did I see it? Was it? It shows the parcel.
I posted one.
Yeah, and it shows the pond right down the middle of the parcel, so
So I have one.
part of it's on the parcel. You
On
should
the
be,
end,
able- yeah, you should be
Yeah.
able to,
Yeah, I posted it, this is kind of what I posted, I don't know.
yeah, that, right, you posted that, that's right,
Yeah.
that's where I saw it.
Yeah, it's on the end there, yep, yep.
I knew I saw it somewhere,
We should go for a walk and see what it is.
yeah.
In our spare time.
All right. Anything else? We're good? With
move to
nothing
adjourn.
else? Motion made to adjourn.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, all.
Thank you.